out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the juice. Gotta blame it on the juice, baby. Good day, my beautiful people. We're back up in this house once again with another video on BTS. Yo, the guys are just surprising armies, and surprising me. Y'all know I love. I mean, I love new music. I crave new music all the time. But today we're taking a look at their latest release, which is the remake for their track from Map of the Soul Persona, Make It Right, now featuring Lauv. Y'all know, Lauv. I'm being the patriotic Latvian that I am. Shout out to my homeboy because Lauv is actually half Latvian. So shout out to my homeboy, definitely. But yeah, I'm nervous about this collaboration. I'm nervous about this remake because y'all know Make It Right is an iconic song within Map of the Soul Persona. Make It Right actually also was one of my top 3 favorite tracks out of the entire album. So because of the production of the song, because of the songwriting within the song, right? Because the song is co-written and co-produced by Ed Sheeran. So y'all know I love Ed Sheeran so much, and that track kind of, even though it's still a BTS song, right? It still kind of lives through the world, the musical world of Ed Sheeran, right? Because you can hear a lot of kind of, I'd say, niche things and kind of these very specific points that Ed includes in his songwriting, especially when it comes to writing melodies, writing harmony, and just lyrics and everything. So that track is it's everything. That Make It Right is everything, and it's definitely a great part of the album. And it's definitely also a great part of the set list, and we've heard Make It Right, within the last Love Yourself, Speak Yourself tour shows. So I'm very, very curious about this remake. I'm nervous about this remake. Because of that production, because of the melodies and everything. And yeah, let's talk music. Let's get it. Iconic. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Seeing this is so weird. I hope it's not gonna be like an extended version. Okay. So we hear Lauv now. Oh, it's animation. Okay. Lauv is a beautiful tenor, so his high register falsetto is beautiful. There's a rework, some redone on harmony as well. Okay. Okay. It's a weird redo on the harmony, but it's good. I mean, it's good. It's solid, right? It's a solid performance, solid vocals. I love Lauv's falsettos a lot. He's a very, very unique timbre. He has a very, very unique timbre. I love Hobie's verse on this. Oh, I love that. He has such a beautiful rasp on this, so it's beautiful. So there's a redone on a harmony, like the backup vocals. That's the first thing I noticed. To make it more loud. Okay, get it. I wonder if they re-recorded the vocals as well, like BTS, if they re-recorded the vocals, like the vocal line. Okay. Okay, there's original backup vocals as well. This was kind of a weird mix here. I love the animation here, it's beautiful. Yeah, get it. Yoongi and JK, that rap and vocal mix always gets me. Okay. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, remake. You know, my expectations for this track were pretty high because whenever somebody tells, oh, it's a remake or a remix, however you want to put it, whenever someone tells, you know, and says that, I always imagine, you know, that the instrumental track will have some redone, you know, happening there. You know, we heard there's a lot of harmony changes within the backup vocals and background vocals, you know, but initially kind of like the basic like the track itself, right? It is the same, right? It is still the same track as from the original Make It Right version, you know, and it's kind of a beautiful start that Lauv started out the song, and he got a pretty huge chunk within the track. Something that maybe I was expecting was that they kept, you know, the original vocals and maybe kind of like the original layout that was in the original version of Make It Right, but maybe added like a separate kind of maybe a section C, right? So for example, if we count, like, there's section A, verses, section B, for example, choruses, right? Section C, you know, like a bridge section, you know, kind of like that mid song kind of a, you know, bridge section, kind of very minimalistic kind of section, and maybe in a remake, you know, what I was expecting was maybe to add it like another part, you know, maybe something different, something you know, that is more unique. It's still, you know, still like the overall arrangement and the overall kind of performance of this track, you know, it's still very unique. I love Lauv's voice, you know, he has a very, very unique tone of the voice, right? Because when he sings in like his chest register and like in his like his lower registers and everything like that, he sounds very I wouldn't say like JK, because no one sounds the same, but he's like tone wise and kind of like timbre wise and everything. It hits more closer to JK, but when he hits his falsetto, when he goes to that falsetto, he kind of is more tone wise closer to Jin, which is, I think, is a very unique mix, between, JK and Jin there, like vocally, and that is what I see, through kind of Lauv's voice and everything. I love the lyrics, that Lauv did there, and they sounded beautiful, and it's great. The harmony, he also redid the harmony, and I could talk so much, about how Ed Sheeran, writes his music, and kind of pinpoint, like almost every single detail, what is how you can hear that it is an Ed Sheeran song, right? because Ed Sheeran, has these kind of, I wouldn't say cliche things, but these kind of his signature things that he includes within a track, when it comes to harmony, when it comes to writing melody, when it comes to, key of the song, chord progression, the overall arrangement, especially since the Divided album came out, and everything. You can start pinpointing, like these signature things that Ed Sheeran uses. So, within his latest work and everything. But speaking, again about Lao, I love the rework on the harmony. It's definitely a very Lao style harmony. They still kept, the initial octaves. When Lau was singing the chorus, and within like the second parts of the verses, still a very Ed Sheeran kind of thing to bring, to kind of emphasize either a phrase or emphasize a melody, or to make it a little more saucier than it is, to just add a plain old octave. So, and in the original track, Tay also has that. I think that also Jin has it as well on his vocals as well. And so that is kind of to emphasize a melody or a phrase, you just put an octave on it, and it just, kind of doubles the entire sound and everything. The harmony was in kind of like the ad vocals, or like the ad libs, the runs and everything. Those are also changed, because Lau was singing the the ad libs there in the background at the start, not including the background vocals, which were rearranged and made more minimalistic, because if we listen to the original Make It Right track, the background harmonies are, I think, either a 5 or 6 part harmony. So, and that is very, very unique about Ed Sheeran's writing. He puts a lot of harmony, and he makes, like vocal harmony sound very, very colorful and dark and kind of very intriguing at the same time, and he does it, and he does it flawlessly, when he performs with the looping station, and he builds upon vocal and vocal and vocal and everything. And this is kind of a minimal version of that, a little bit, but we still hear, the original track in the background. We still hear some of the original backing vocals. We still hear, at the end, we still hear some of the original ad libs there that JK does and that Jimin does, yeah. I mean, it's a solid remake. I was expecting more, but it's still a good remake. Don't get me wrong; it's still a good remake. It's a quality worth a remake. The video, of course, it was beautiful. Seeing the clips from the tour, and seeing the animation. The animation is beautiful, and if you're one of those people that watch the BTS comeback theories, or just the BTS universe, theories and everything like that, then you can pinpoint, a lot of cool kind of maybe possible theories about the upcoming comeback from BTS. So that's something, that you might want to rewatch, or, check out some theory videos and everything like that. But as we are talking about music, there are a lot of things that I would have done differently, of course, because when I think about, as I mentioned, when I think about a remake, when I think about a remix, I think about the arrangement. I think about the overall kind of vibe to make it different, to make it more unique. Because this felt like more of like an extended version of Make It Right for me, which is still great, right? It's still great. It still would be a blast, seeing this being performed live. Maybe we will see this being performed live, as we are having the final Love Yourself, Speak Yourself tour dates. There are 3 more dates for this Love Yourself, Speak Yourself kind of era, right? And then we are happily transitioning into the era of Map of the Soul, and the entire storyline, within that. And it's still this track, still makes a great show, right? It still makes a great track, whether with Lauv or without Lauv, right? It's still a solid performance. I love Lauv's vocals. I love BTS vocals. I love my rap line, and that verse with Hobie kind of kind of doing his like melodic style of rapping. I love his, y'all know from Chicken Noodle Soup video, right? I love his melodic style of rapping. I love the part where Yoongi and JK, were kind of doing kind of like the same thing, Yoongi was like solid rapping this, with his very, very kind of savage kind of, very, I wouldn't say aggressive style of rapping, but he's kind of more of that aggressive side, within the rap line, I'd say. And JK was just singing, the same lyrics, within the melody, still kind of a little bit monotone, so it doesn't really go out of the entire vibe, that section kind of acquires. But, still, even with that monotone, 3-note, 2-note, singing, right? And making a 2-note, 3-note melody on top of a rapping, it changes so much, it kind of, it gives a color, it emphasizes, the meaning of the lyrics. It emphasizes the meaning of the rhythm. It kind of, it just puts everything, it sets everything in place, right? Same as Hobie, he combines, those kind of singing and rapping, elements together in one. So that's his kind of more of a unique vibe, and RM, he's very he's very poetic when he raps, right? So and that is I think that is his strength the most. He's very poetic. When he kind of puts words, within his rhymes and everything. So but still, yeah, it was a solid it was a solid, version of the song. Did I expect something different? Yeah, I did. I thought it maybe would have been like the overall track would be changed. That would be kind of cool to see, and maybe adding another section within the track, that would be also very, very interesting. Because, that is why I was also kind of worried about the song, right off the bat when this was announced. Because I didn't want it to be kind of an extended version of the song. Because I love that song so much, and I always crave new music. I always crave new inspiration, right? And I want to keep my musical kind of side of the brain, right, very, very active. So it kind of processes sound, right? I still heard a lot of new things within the production, especially with the vocals. But as I do play bass, as I do play piano, as I do play guitar, and everything, and I wanted to hear more of that color within the instrumentation of this track. There's still a lot of, instrumentation within the vocals, and harmony. We hear the original harmony with the original background kind of ad-libs and runs. We hear new parts of the harmony from Lauv, and his kind of way of singing, and making, him kind of shine within this track, right? Even though everyone shined within this track. Everyone has always shined within this track. When we watched the Stephen Colbert live performance of Make It Right, it was one of my all-time favorite live performances of that song, right? And that song makes a great live performance, especially when they were just sitting there and just focusing on the vocals and everything. They could let everything out, and it sounded beautiful. It sounded wonderful, right? And in this case, Lauv was kind of taking that spotlight a little bit, which is great. That is what we want, especially when it's a collaboration with already an existing song. We want to kind of emphasize that little color within the track, right? And in this case, Lauv was that little color within this track, and yeah. I still will have to listen to this a couple more times, and maybe arrange, and kind of analyze, and maybe even arrange, I don't even know, some parts and figure them out, and I will definitely, if you want me to, I will definitely make an extended kind of a version to this reaction video, about how Ed Sheeran could have maybe written the song, what are the key things in an Ed Sheeran song, what makes this song so unique, and why is it so unique music wise and the instrumentation wise. So do let me know in the comments, or give this video a like, if you do want to see that extended video. But yeah, I will leave you to that. I hope that you enjoyed the track. Do let me know in the comments if you liked it. What are your thoughts? Did you notice any possible theories for the next comeback and for the next album? And let me know, and I will leave you to that. Always remember to be good, be kind, rock and roll, and I'll see you very, very soon in a new video. Cheers! Just